right? Oh, I got a story for you.
Sure.
You ever heard of this camp called Kilpatrick? It's up in Malibu.
No.
Oh,
They got a prison in Malibu?
it's not a prison. But it's
It's like
a
a
juvenile prison.
okay.
Yeah, it's a camp, and it's called Camp Vernon Kilpatrick. It's in Malibu, rich camp area. It's crazy as fuck, ain't it? Let me tell you about this camp.
Sure.
I was in that camp it's a maximum security camp in Malibu, and I was in that motherfucker in 1984 till 1985. Well, I was in camp from 84 to 86, but I was in Kilpatrick from 84 to 85. And let me tell you about this camp. You know the hole. If you fuck up, you go to the hole.
Mm-hmm.
So in this hole, let me tell you what they do at 12 and 13, 14 years old. They got you sitting in the back, in the hole in a dungeon. And you have to sit like this from 8 in the morning till 8 at night. Like this, with your hands up. And you have to sit like this all day in the hole. They call it booty down. And if they catch you laying down or resting like this, they're going to put you in this back dungeon in the cell. And the cell there's 2 of the cells in the back that have no bunk. It's just straight concrete cell. It's a straight fucking 4x4, 6x whatever, right? No bed, no nothing. And you have to sit back there on your ass, Indian style, from 8 in the morning till 8 at night.
Mm-hmm.
And if they open that cell, see you sitting down there, you don't get your mattress or anything until 8 o'clock at night. So you're sitting on this fucking floor. As a kid, this is what they were doing. I enjoyed that for a year and a half. That's part of Kilpatrick. So the mental.
So that's what you did every day for a year and a half?
Not every day. But if you want to say,
if you're
I
in
had
a hole.
a fight, I
right.
went to the hole, and I'm in the hole for 2 weeks. I had to do this shit for 2-3 weeks or 30 days.
What?
As a kid. Sitting there. And they'll fuck you up too. Let me tell you this last part of the story. Sure. I watched this happen. It fucked me up. I have a homie, rest in peace, named Tank. Mm-hmm. We both went to the hole. We got to the fight, probably with some Watts Crips or something, right? Went to the hole. They put you in the back room whenever you go to the hole. There's 3 rooms in the back before you get put to the front rooms. So we're in the back. Remember I told you only one of the cells back there have a bunk, but there's no mattress on it until 8 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. The other 2 rooms have just a cell. And so my homie was in the cell with no bunk, and I was in the one with the bunk. And no mattress on. We sitting there, he got caught leaning like this. They hogtied him, 14 years old, for that. Hogtied him, feet to the back, where his feet and hands were together. And for hours, bro, and I heard him crying to me. And he was going, "Stretch, I can't feel my hands, bro. My shit turning blue and everything." Yeah. And I was sitting there the whole time saying, "It's going to be all right, champ, take woo." But this is what we endured. And I witnessed this. This is my homie. And I was fucked up listening to him over there yelling and crying, 13, 14 years old. Who fucking does this?
I cannot imagine being hogtied for hours
True
like
story.
that. That's
true story. Yeah. That's what happened. But I wanted to get back to this prison shit.
But did you ever get the feeling that the guards felt uncomfortable with the level of cruelty that they were inflicting on you?
No, not the dudes that did it.
They don't give a fuck.
No. Wow. No. I saw in their eyes.
You got to have like a certain mentality to even be able to do that job. Because I don't think I could do that to a random person.
No, for what?
Yeah.
Fuck you on hog tie. That's a kid with kids.
Yeah.
Commit a crime or not, we're in a hole for having a fight.
I don't know if I could do that to my worst enemy.
You hog tie a motherfucker, and that's torture.
Yeah.
I just let my homie cry for over an hour or 2, bro.
Jesus.
He rest in peace now. And that shit fucked me up, and I remember like it was yesterday. Well, I got some stories for you.
So you were saying getting back to the prison thing?
Well, how CDC is it's a game. It's a game, bro. I mean, now don't get me wrong. There's a couple officers that but it's never been a straightforward system. And I've been to that motherfucker 3 times, and I've been to, like I said, 18 to 20 of them. Sat in the holes. I know captains. I know wardens, and I've even been. I was Mac rep on certain yards. Sometimes you feel me. So I've dealt with the administration. I know what they're about. And then they'll do corrupt shit, and they'll do whatever the fuck they want when they want, and they'll fuck over you.
Right.
I was threatened in the hole before. I was in the hole. Associate warden brought 8 goon squads in there. They had already planned this, and they brought me out to cell. And I was in talking to the social worker like this, and then two goon squads already walked me in, but then 6 more entered the room. And they came in and threatened my life.
Really?
Yeah, we'll kill you back here. Don't go to the yard, don't get into officers no more. This type shit. Yeah. What can you do?
Damn. Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made it out of all that, man. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, me too, man. You know, the day I walked out, my brother took me to Carl's Jr., right? Or some shit. There's just stop, right, on the road, get some shit. So, you know, he wants to clown, you know, get what you want with that. But he's tripping on me, right? Because I'm loose to shit. So when I left, they'll fix your sodas for you. You can make your own soda. You know, now you go and they give you the cup and you go over there and get your own.
Right.
So that shit wasn't when I was out. They didn't have that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a no-go in our day because motherfuckers be over there like this all day, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is how they felt. So I didn't know this what it was. So I came home and I got my little food and shit. And we were about to leave and the broad had me the cup with the straw and shit. And I'm like, yeah, all right, so we still standing at the cash register. And I'm like, my brother, like, what's up? I'm like, shit, she gave me an empty cup. Shit, I'm waiting on my soda. Like, they're tripping on the shit. But he's like, nigga, just sit over there. That's how oblivious I was to this shit. So I get my soda, they laughing and shit. And they got a camera crew with filming me. So he wants to get his clown on and shit. Like, I told my brother he can go eat anywhere. He just did 26 years in prison. He can eat anywhere he want. And this nigga picked Carl's Jr.
I mean, shit.
I said, I want a Western cheeseburger, right?
Yeah.
Because you know in prison, you don't get that shit.
And I mean, like for me, all right, I got married and went on a honeymoon in Europe, all over France and Spain and shit. I got back and it's like I hadn't had, this is obviously very different in prison. I don't want to compare it to prison, but I'm eating all fancy ass dinners and shit for like a month straight. When I got home, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, what do I want to eat? I want fucking Popeyes. I want the most bare bones American ass shit possible after eating at all these 5-star restaurants for all these days. Yeah.
Well, you know, I had that night he took me to Ruth Chris. He had already had that plan, which I didn't know. You feel me? But that was dope. He did that, you know. For sure. Had him bring out some shit, you know, with the cheesecakes in my name. Happy, you know, welcome home and all that shit.
Because you know what it is? It's not that the food at Carl's Jr. is fucking amazing, but for me, I don't have that thing for Carl's Jr. But like McDonald's, Big Mac and fries, it's ingrained into my brain since I was a kid. But so that's just like that's a comfortable meal, you know.
So when you see all this shit on social media, what you think about all this shit, bro? The food, this fast food shit.
I mean, I still got love for it. I eat healthy 90% of the time. So when I think about fast food, I'm like, I fuck with it. But I also couldn't imagine eating it more than once a week or whatever, you know?
Okay, yeah. You know, I came home, I ain't gonna lie, I was attacking that shit.
Yeah.
You know, because you have 26 years, so but then you start studying and reading shit and social media fuck you up.
It's the worst quality shit on earth, yeah. But also, like, I've had it where I'm on the road for a week and I'm eating like shit every meal. And by the end of that week, holy I'm so excited to get home and eat salads and shit, you know?
Right, because I'm so tired of eating this fast food. Now I'm looking, I don't even know what I want no more. I look at all the fast food restaurants and I'll be like, man, I don't want that shit, I don't want that shit. And then you start trying to think about eating healthy, you're like, I really don't want that shit. Oh, it's like, wow. Man, you think about what you're feeding the kids.
Yeah.
You know, you see so many kids now with obesity, and then you got diabetes, and then you got cancer rates. That's what you think about it. Because you know, when I fall into prison, none of this shit was really happening.
Because let me tell you, my kid goes to she's in preschool, but she still like goes to like a nice ass private preschool and shit. And the vast majority of the other kids are all like in good shape for like a 4-year-old. They look like they're healthy and shit. And then every once in a while, we'll be at the playground or whatever, and I'll see a fat ass kid and I'll see even the parents like giving them snacks and juice and all this kind of shit. And I'm realizing like, oh man, like I'm not even around parents that are letting their kid do unhealthy stuff like that. But I mean, I really look at it as kind of like it's like a type of child cruelty, but you can't blame the parent because they probably just don't know any better.
Most of them don't, and then it's just been a constant repetitive system of this indoctrination. That's it's fucked up. Let me tell you about some of the books I read in prison.
Sure.
I've read a book called Chariots of the Gods by Eric Van Daniken.
I heard of that.
It's dope. It's a must read. This dude's won some awards and all type of stuff, bestsellers, all that. But I read another must read is called The Gardens of Eden by William Bradley. Some of the 12 Chronicles by Zachariah Sitchin. I've read Behold the Pale Horse.
People keep telling me to read that.
Before the Mayflower. Well, Behold the Pale Horse it was one of the first ones I read that before I ventured off into other books that were more well put together, I would say. Whereas I read a lot of David Icke books. Or David Icke, or how you pronounce it, but like Children of the Matrix, The Biggest Secret by David Icke. Those are some good reads. And I like the fact references that you can go and do your own research instead of just believing, what a person says. You get me? I read The People's History. I read The People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn. That's a good one. But Before the Mayflower, said Church of the Gods. I read. I wanted to talk about this one, The Gardens of Eden, because it's I stumbled on this book while I was in the hole. I went to the hole and shit, and then I was sitting in the cell. I just, I cleaned up the cell, just move in. I see a book on there with dust all on it. And I read that and it fucked me up. It talks about the conscious mind and how, gaining control of your conscious thinking, and it's deep. And some of these books illuminated me into some knowledge that just had me think on a different thinking level. Than just hood shit,
Definitely.
So
make you kind of realize how much information you weren't exposed to throughout your childhood.
How much has been taken away from us.
Yeah.
How much no, I mean, Adam, let's just, let's talk some shit, man. When you look at everything that has transpired when you study history and then you study what's going on today. You see that not only the playing field hasn't been fair, you see that there was some diabolical planning that went on, a lot of things that has transpired. I hear a lot of people say, well, you look at, you should know right from wrong and these types of things. But when you grew up, like when I was growing up, shit, we knew the law, but we didn't know right and wrong. Our right and wrong, morally speaking, it was different. And then we grew up learning everything that has happened, amongst us for this. Well, you have a fair shot today. But the mental part, this trait is passed on from generation to generations. This way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? It has to be broken. The only way it can be broken is you have to really know what to teach your kids.
Right.
To break that mental cycle.
Definitely.
That vicious cycle that's going on, just being 100.
No, that's real.